Laker fans, welcome to another preview video. Huge matchup against the Denver Nuggets. It always is. The rivalry is just kind of keep up in the ante, especially with Luka here. This is going to be the fourth and last meeting of the regular season between these two teams. Denver currently holds the tiebreaker 2-1. They blew out the Lakers' first game of the year. Luka, in one of his first matchup against the Denver Nuggets as a Laker, won 123-100. Kind of his first coming out party game as an LA Laker. And then this last one, Denver did win the game 131-126, but I don't know that's a win that Denver Nuggets fans are looking at and feeling proud about. Luka Doncic didn't play. LeBron didn't play. Rui didn't play. Jackson Hayes didn't play. Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith. So 4 starters and 2 massive bench players didn't play in that one. Austin Reaves, 37 points. Dalton Connect, 32. I thought Jared Vanderbilt played excellent. I'm going to get into a little bit of that later in the video, but the Lakers found something in that game I think they can kind of exploit here in this matchup Wednesday night at Crypto. But we're going to get that in a minute. First, we're going to talk about that big win over the Spurs. Alan was talking about in the morning show and the postgame shows and in my preview videos. The Suns and Spurs games were massive because the Lakers coming off a 7-game winning streak. Then you lose 4 straight. LeBron gets hurt in Boston. And then you have the tough loss to the Nets. And then you're just overmatched in the Nuggets and Bucks games because the Lakers don't have any players and LeBron's not there. And then, but looking at the Suns and the Spurs, you're going, the Lakers should win without LeBron or whoever's on the floor. They should be able to win these games against a Suns team that plays no defense, and then a Spurs team that's decimated with injuries. Wemby's hurt, Fox is hurt, and I thought the Lakers play great ball. Austin Reaves, 30 points. Luka Doncic just affecting the game in so many different ways, getting the free throw line early and often. He took Stephon Castle, basically the best player on their team now with Fox and Wemby out of the game. In the second, he didn't play the entire second quarter, and then he came back in the third and then picked up another quick foul a couple minutes in, and then had to sit for most of that quarter. So Luka played excellent. I thought Dorian Finney-Smith played great. Gabe Vincent, Jordan Goodwin, I think it's just awesome to see what the Lakers are doing, finding undrafted guys and 2 G League guys, and Austin Reaves, who's looking like an absolute all-star. On First Take, Stephen A. Smith was talking about how is he the best third option in the league? And honestly, I think he is. He's proven that time and time again recently. And what he's been doing, whether that's without LeBron and with Luka or without both of them or just with LeBron, he's been excellent. And a lot of that winning streak when Anthony Davis got traded for Luka and Luka was still hurt, it was basically LeBron and Reaves running the show. And then you find, Jordan Goodwin, finding kind of diamonds in the rough. He looks like a very good player. And Reaves, I was talking earlier and a lot of the team about how, how is this guy a G leaguer? He deserves to play. He plays excellent defense, hits some clutch shots. So basically, the Lakers did what they needed to do, got 2 big victories. Now you go back into the tough part of your schedule. Showdown against Denver. This team, the rivalry is becoming one of the best rivalries in the NBA. These two teams do not like each other. I know as a Laker fan and everyone watching this hates the Denver Nuggets, and I'm sure they feel the same way about us. This is going to be the last regular season matchup, as I mentioned earlier, between these two teams. Besides, if they meet in the playoffs, then there'll be a series. But so Denver 2-1 on the series. So this game really matters because there's some stuff happening in the standings tonight that will affect the Lakers. But as of right now, Houston, Memphis, the Nuggets, and the Lakers are all vying for that number 2 spot. OKC's run away with it. And then also another point of why the Spurs and Suns victories were big was the Warriors were only 2 games back heading into Sunday. And it was like, could the Lakers drop into the play-in with all these injuries? That would have been a problem. But now it feels like these 4 are really going for the number 2 seed. So as I just mentioned, the Nuggets are 2-1 on the season series against the Lakers. So the Lakers can tie that with a win on Wednesday night, and then there'll be no tiebreaker. Memphis, the Lakers are 2-1 against. They'll be playing one more time this season. So if the Lakers can win there, they will have a tiebreaker. In Houston, Lakers have only played once. They only played them 3 times this year, actually, but they lost that game. That was way back a couple months ago, but they'll play them twice more. So one here at the end of the month, and then one of the last games of the season, actually. So it could be a really jostling for position there. So Lakers tiebreakers really matter at this time of year. Denver specifically, really tough team to figure out. So they beat the Warriors without Jokic, Murray, and Christian Brown last night. And the Warriors playing everybody. They had Curry going, Butler going, Green going. But then they lose after the day after the Laker game to the Washington Wizards, who are one of the worst teams in basketball. Jordan Poole hits a game winner, game-winning 3. And in that Laker game, as we talked about earlier, the Lakers really outplayed them. I mean, they were 15.5-point dogs going into the game. The fact that he was even close was kind of crazy. The Lakers, frankly, played their ass off in that game and was excellent. And then Denver, before that, got blown out by Minnesota. But then before that, they'd beaten the Oklahoma City Thunder. So this Denver team is not the same, I think, as years past. I think the past Denver teams were definitely deeper. We talked about this in other preview videos, but Bruce Brown was there and your KCP were there. Christian Brown is really elevated in that role. He had an excellent game against the Lakers last time out. He had 22 points on 9 of 10 shooting, so he really hurt the Lakers. But the bench depth is not there. This team usually goes about 9 deep, 8 to 9 deep. But Jokic is arguably the best player in the world in the MVP race behind Shea. But it's really on him. It's Jokic and Murray, the kind of star power of that, and then Brown, Porter, and Gordon. So they got a great starting five. And then this is where I think the team is different. Instead of Bruce Brown and KCP and a lot of guys like that, it's Najee, Watson, Westbrook, and Pickett. So Jalen Pickett didn't play that much in the last game against the Lakers. He only had 2 minutes, which was kind of surprising to me. Westbrook, we all know, he actually took 16 shots in the last one, clearly trying to prove a point, had the game-winning dunk, and Duncan was talking some mess after. But Peyton Watson's a pretty good player. Even Zeke Najee's a good player. They're not bad, but this is not the same kind of team, and I definitely think the Lakers, the Thunder, and maybe even some other teams are a little bit a cut above Denver. Denver is going to have to rely. It's going to be a lot for Denver to rely on Jokic and Murray that much to ride into a championship. Because you go back to a lot of the previous playoff series against the Lakers, it was Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon and guys like that who would really carry the team until the fourth quarter. And the Lakers would kind of lull into this 10, 11-point lead, and then they'd come back. And Murray and Jokic would kind of be resting for a lot of the game. And then they'd take over and they'd run a 2-man pick and roll the rest of the game and end up winning. They're not being able to do that. Jokic and Murray are having to ball early in this game, and it leaves them a little bit gassed out at the end. But so on the Lakers side of things, and on the injury side of things, as I mentioned, Denver beat Golden State without Jokic and Murray or Brown. Aaron Gordon had 38 points. He had a huge night. So we're all expecting Jokic, Murray, and Christian Brown to be back. This whole narrative that teams rest people before they play the Lakers is kind of true. I thought it was like kind of fake at first, but teams literally are resting guys against a damn good Golden State team. And I guess kudos to Denver for knowing that they could beat them without him. But resting them to get to play the Lakers, it's happened a lot this year. LaMelo Ball, I know a couple of it happened, but looking at this here, so they're likely going to be fully healthy, and then the Lakers are going to be fully healthy besides Rui and LeBron. They're not expected to play. Rui, there is some reporting there per the LA Times. He has progressed to 3-on-3 work. So hopefully maybe towards the end of the week, early next week, he could be back. He posted a little something on Instagram, kind of getting people excited that his return was soon. And LeBron seems like maybe next week going to be back. See how kind of the rest of this week goes. But again, huge game in terms of tiebreakers. If the Lakers can win this game, then Denver doesn't have a tiebreaker over them, as well as the game on them, which would be huge. So can't wait for this one. Always a thrilling matchup. And the Lakers, Austin Reaves was talking about it earlier at a presser. He's like, we're excited to play this team again because they know that they had them. They outplayed them on Friday night. They didn't have Luka and LeBron to close the show, and they had Jokic and Murray. So can't wait for this game. Going to be electric. And Alan will get you guys on the morning show tomorrow as well as the post-game show. As always, hopefully we're talking about a Laker W. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and go Lakers.